Welcome back to another episode of the 1% Life Podcast. I'm your host, Coach JT. This information is for educational and informational purposes only and is solely a self-help tool for your own use. I'm not providing medical, psychological, fitness, or nutrition therapy. You should not use this information to diagnose or treat any health problem or illness without consulting your own medical practitioner. As always, results of any kind will vary based on each person's unique circumstances, capacity, and work ethic. I've been working out for the better part of 3 decades now. I'm usually in the gym 6 days a week. I've been going to the same gym now for about 10 or 11 years. Most of that the same time every single morning. I see a lot of the same people every single day, all the regulars. How many of you guys do that? And how many people do you see at the gym who are making noticeable progress? I'm not talking about little fluctuations, lose 20 pounds, gain 20 pounds, lose 50, gain 50. Ones who have really changed, dramatic change versus the people that always look the same. It's 99 to 1. Maybe you're one of them. You go to the gym 6 days a week. You work out for 60 to 90 minutes a day. You're in the same place. The thing is, if you ask all the other people, they'll tell you they're trying to change. Ask them why they're going to the gym every day. Trying to get bigger. Trying to lose body fat. I'm trying to get healthier. I'm trying to get faster. I'm trying to fix my shoulder problems. Trying to get off meds. I want bigger arms. Whatever it is, it's not because I'm trying to maintain. And look, I'm not talking about the 80-year-old dude that's been working out for 60 years, has earned his right to maintain, and that's what he really wants to do. He's just trying to stay healthy and live a long time. I'm talking about all the people you see who need to change and are trying to change. I'm talking about the guy that's 75 pounds overweight that goes to the gym 6 days a week and has never lost a pound. Yet they work out every day. So why aren't they changing? I want to focus on the gym today. Your training, your workouts. But I need to mention a couple of things before we get into it. If these things aren't in place, your training's not going to yield very much result regardless. Even if you fix everything that I talk about today, you're still going to struggle. Those two things are nutrition and mentality. Number one, if your nutrition is crappy, you don't know how you're eating garbage foods deliberately, your training's not going to matter much. And if your mentality is poor, you have no self-discipline, no work ethic, your training's not going to matter much. So the first thing you got to do with your food is eliminate the garbage. Eat the right types of foods and the right quality, right total calories, right macro percentage for whatever your goals are. If you're trying to build, cut, endurance, whatever it is. And then get your meal frequency right. Most people ballpark at best. And that's okay if you're fine being average. If you just want to be in the 99%, you go right ahead. Average is horrible to me. Look around. And the second thing is you have to change your mentality. Right? It's not an extracurricular activity. Make a real decision that you're never going back. Most never do that. Now let's get into your training. Here's what we're going to solve today. Number one, lack of progress in the gym. Strength, size, fat loss, performance, speed, agility, flexibility, whatever it is. I'm not going to focus on any one thing in particular. This will apply to everything across the board. And the second thing is preparation for change. Practical steps that you need to take so that you can actually see progress and get change in the gym instead of just showing up and being a hamster in a wheel. Here's the big issue. Most people have things that they want to change. Bigger arms, bigger legs, stronger shoulders, run faster, better cardio, more core strength. They want to move better. They want to feel better. They want to have better mobility, whatever. But they keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. They decide they want something different, but they don't make any changes to do it. You can't just do bicep curls and get better at pull-ups. You can't jog and get better at sprints. Right? You can't do 6 to 8 reps and improve muscular endurance. You can't run sprints and get better at long distance running. Even though both are running, they are very different. So the first thing you have to do is you have to understand what you're doing and why. What's the goal? What's the desired outcome? If you don't have that first, how do you build a roadmap? If you're ballparking what you want, or you don't know exactly what that is, how do you plan to get there? Most people don't ever consider why they're doing what they're doing. People change their goals on a whim, and then they keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. I see people at the gym switch between cutting down to bulking up to getting ready to run a marathon without ever changing their training or nutrition at all. It's the reason that I do 3 phases. Phase 1 is fat loss and disease management. Get rid of all the body fat and fix your health problems. There's no reason to focus on anything else if you're fat and you have health problems. Fix that first. Phase 2, lean mass gain and strength, if you want that. And then phase 3, all the other things that everybody else ignores forever. Functional strength, mobility, cardio capacity, VO2 max, all those things. Each one has very different training, different cardio, different caloric intake, different training schedule, different rest periods, different macro breakdown, different exercises, different supplements. Right? You can't eat at a caloric surplus, lift heavy weights in the 6 to 8 rep range, have excessive protein, skip all your steady state cardio, and expect to lose a bunch of body fat. It's the wrong formula. Just like I can't be at a caloric deficit, do 90 minutes of steady state cardio a day, low intensity bodyweight exercises, have more fat than protein in my diet, and expect to gain lean muscle mass. It doesn't work. Wrong formula. Right, here's what I'm getting at. If you want to lose body fat, heavy lifting is not going to be the best thing to do because of what you use for fuel. If you want to get stronger, steady state cardio is not the best thing for you to do because you're not using white fibers to do it. If you want to improve your VO2 max, slow walks on the beach aren't going to be your best thing to do because your heart rate's too low. It's too steady. Right? If you want to be more flexible or mobile, powerlifting is probably not your best thing. All right, so that brings us to the very first of the 5 mistakes. Working out versus training. Are you doing what's best for your goal? The vast majority of people are just working out. They're not training. Stuff you saw somebody else do that you think looked cool. Doing the same 3 sets of 12 reps with the same weight forever. Random rest times. No understanding of what you need to be doing. No deliberate progression. No intensity. No data tracking. No monitoring your progress. No nutritional support. No plan. Now let's compare that to training. Training is deliberate. Specific goal-based training. Okay, look at Olympic lifters. They train in a very specific way. Look at football players. They train in a very specific way. Ironman athletes train in a very specific way. Okay, they all do different things that are specific for what their goal is. You don't have to be competitive. You don't have to be getting a paycheck as a professional athlete to want results. But you do need to train closer to that. What's the plan? Exactly. Not, I want to be fit. I want to be leaner. I want to be stronger. Exactly what is the plan? Now you can set up your exercise. Very specific exercises for that goal. Very specific sets, reps, rest time between sets, the weight that you use to accommodate the goal, types of cardio to improve VO2 max, right? Rate of fat loss, HIIT, steady state cardio, fartlek training, monitor your changes, focused on force progression, maximum intensity, logging your exercise, evaluate progress, right? Make sure you're not losing muscle while you're cutting down, specific nutrition for the goal, rest time, etc., etc. A plan, a training protocol. So essentially, what is the specific goal and why am I doing it? So here's the remedy. Make a decision, decide on a goal, plan it, and execute it. The second thing of the top 5, lack of variety. Some people say this is BS. Just do the same thing over and over, it doesn't matter. Do an exercise like a dumbbell Bulgarian split squat that you haven't ever done before and see how you feel the next day. Right? Even at lower intensity, with less weight, you're going to be sore. It matters. Anybody that says otherwise is just wrong. Most of the people that I see at the gym do the same exact thing when they actually work out and stop talking. If you want your body to adapt or to change, you have to do more than it's currently capable of doing, or it's not going to. It's that simple. So here's the remedy. You have to be deliberate. You have to focus on progression. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Forced progression. Pick specific exercises based on what your goals are. And if your goals change, so does your training. The third is lack of intensity, right? Just going through the motions. That's how 99% work out. So let's use strength training as an example because that's the most common thing that people see. Who knows what failure means? I don't ever see anybody do it. Right? Doesn't matter to most people. But if you want to accelerate a specific result, then it does matter. So there's 4 types of failure. Let's use barbell curls as an example. That's common. Psychological failure would be first. That's when you stop your set because you've reached 12 reps, right? You just decided you're stopping at 12 and you just stop at 12, leaving tons in the tank. Or because it hurts a little bit, starts to burn and you quit. That's 95% of everybody that works out. Then there's mechanical failure. That's when your form starts to be compromised just a little bit. All right, it's not perfect form anymore. It's starting to get a little sloppy. Now you're down to about 3% of people that work out. Then there's positive failure, concentric failure, where you can't curl the bar up anymore. That's 1% of people. And then you've got negative failure, eccentric failure. That's where you can't even let it down slow anymore. You can't lift it up. You can't let it down. 0.5%. And there's also hanging out between sets. I see people talking more than I do training, 10 to 1 at any given time. Think about this. Do a weak set that takes you about 30 seconds. Same weight you always use. Same reps. Same exercise. You stop at psychological failure, then you rest 5 minutes. That's average. If you do the math, in 60 minutes, you've done maybe 6 to 10 sets for a total working time of 3 to 5 minutes. Right? You're at the gym for 60 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes you're actually lifting, and it's slack when you do. So here's the remedy. Train to failure or close. Use a stopwatch. Monitor your rest time. Put on headphones. Block out the world. Stop hanging out. Stop talking. Avoid people. Get serious. Train. Monitor progress. Stop acting like it's a social gathering. Number 4 is lack of consistency. 100% on Monday and Tuesday. Then it's 20% Wednesday and Thursday. And then it's 0% Friday and Saturday. And you give yourself excuses. You skip here and there for random reasons. I don't care if it's vacation, family dinners, work, movies, pizza night, church, whatever. You can do both. Here's some real excuses I've heard this week. I had to pick up my daughter from school. I had to take my truck in for service. Had to go grocery shopping for meal prep. I hurt my back while I was sleeping and didn't want to make it worse. My knee is sore. I had to work late. We always have excuses. There are always reasons we can give ourselves for skipping, but it's all BS. Let's look back at the last 10 years for me. I've trained 6 days a week with very little exception. I've logged over 2,300 workouts in that gym, over 1,000 workouts outside the gym on vacation and Saturdays and whatever. So it adds up to around 5,000 hours, which equals a little over 200 days collectively. 200 days out of 3,650 days and 87,000 hours. It's not very much. Here's your remedy. 6 days a week, stop making frickin' excuses. 3 to 4 days a week is a casual weekend warrior. You're not serious. Don't expect results if you're doing that. So here's the remedy. You work out 6 days a week. Don't make exceptions. Don't make excuses. If you miss a day, it needs to be because you need to miss a day, not because you want to miss a day. If you're only working out 3 to 4 days a week and you're expecting results, they're not coming. That's casual. You spend that much on Instagram, Netflix in the evening. All right, and the last thing I want to cover is machines versus free weights. Both offer some unique advantages. Both are good for certain things, but one is far superior for a number of reasons. And I'm talking about free weights. Okay? Every time you use free weights, you're forced to have balance, forced to watch your form, to have control, use secondary muscles, core involvement. Every time you pick something up, you're using abs and low back. I don't care if it's a curl, overhead press, or a deadlift. Freedom of movement. And if we're talking about functional strength, there's just no comparison. Whether we're talking about a sandbag, a mace, a barbell, or a dumbbell. Now, if we compare that to machines, the very first pro, and I guess you could say con for machines, is that it removes every single thing that free weights require. Allows you to focus on one specific strict movement, which is not necessarily bad in a certain situation. They're safe. Forces you to control your range of motion, right? Risk of injury less. Can be good for beginners. Stay on them too long and it's detrimental. Great for rehab. Can be great for bodybuilding, isolation movements. But here's what I would tell you overall. Stop using machines more than 10 to 20%. And then here's a bonus. Poor tracking. You should be weighing and measuring and doing body fat in addition to the mirror and testing your strength and watching your VO2 max and what your resting heart rate is. Whatever the goal is, you should be tracking those things. Right? If you're trying to lose body fat, the scale isn't enough. Where's the weight coming from? Do body fat, progress pics, and do measurements instead. It's definitive. Right? If you're trying to gain muscle mass, the scale isn't enough. You should be doing strength test, weekly testing, forced progression, body fat percentages. Okay, if you're trying to run faster, 5K a week with a stopwatch isn't enough. You're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. Track it exactly. Don't do a leisurely run. Don't ballpark it. Measure your progress. So here's the summary. Number 1, be deliberate. Why am I doing this? What's the specific result that I want? Number 2, write your plan or buy a plan or get somebody to build you a plan. Detailed plan that's specific for your goal. Change things up. Stop doing the same crap over and over again for years and expecting some kind of a different result. Train with intensity. Be consistent 6 days a week. Stop missing. Stop treating it like an extracurricular activity. It's not pickleball. And then stop using machines so much. Use free weights. You want to stop feeling like you're wasting your time? You want to actually change and see the change and how motivating that is? Then you need to pay attention to all this stuff and stop being so freaking casual about it. I'm out. For more content, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. See you.